All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on something that affects literally every single thing you buy. We're talking about two completely different and kind of competing philosophies that decide how and when your favorite stuff actually gets into your hands.
You've definitely felt this, right? You walk into a store and boom, 1,000 things are right there for the taking. But for other things, like a new car, you gotta wait. And that's not an accident. It's a huge, calculated decision that every company has to make. So, it all boils down to two basic opposite ideas. Do you make everything ahead of time and hope people buy it? Or do you wait for someone to say, I want that, before you even start? Let's break down what that really means for you.
First up, we've got make to stock. In Japanese, it's called mikomi seisan or mikomi seisan. And honestly, it's all about trying to see the future. Companies use all sorts of data and trends to guess, to forecast what you're going to want and how much you'll want. Then they go ahead, make it all, and stick it on a shelf, just waiting for you.
And on the total flip side, you have make to order, or juchu seisan. Juchu seisan. This is the complete opposite. It's not about predicting anything. Nothing gets built, nothing gets assembled, until a customer, you, comes along and says, yep, I want that one, with those features, and puts the money down. Your order is the starting gun.
So let's dig into that first philosophy a little more. The whole make it in advance world. This is basically the engine that powers most of the retail stores you walk into every single day.
The game plan is pretty simple, really. Guess, make, and store. And by making things in these huge batches, they can get the cost for each individual item way down. The whole point is to have the product right there, ready to go, at the exact second you get the impulse to buy it. So what kind of stuff are we talking about here? Well, think about things we buy all the time. Things with really predictable demand. You know, your everyday items like toilet paper, a can of soda, basic headphones, pens and paper, even the most standard off-the-lot car models. These are all things you just expect to be there.
And this is where we get to the big trade-off. For you and me, the benefit is massive, right? You get what you want right now, and usually for a pretty good price. But for the company, oh man, the risk is huge. If they guess wrong and make too much, they're stuck with a gigantic warehouse full of stuff nobody wants. And that costs an absolute fortune in waste and storage.
Okay, so let's completely flip the script and jump over to the other end of the spectrum, the made-just-for-you approach. This is a world built entirely on patience and personalization. The trigger here is as simple as it gets. It's you. The whole production line is just waiting. And it only kicks into gear when you make your decision. Pick your specs and place that order. You're the one who gives the green light.
It makes sense that this model is perfect for those really high-value, super customized products. I mean, you wouldn't expect a company to build a giant ship just on a hunch that maybe someone will buy it, right? Of course not. Same goes for a tailored suit, custom furniture, or a massive piece of factory equipment.
So you can see how the pros and cons just get turned completely upside down here. For the business, there's basically zero risk of unsold junk, and they can offer you a wild amount of customization. But for you, the customer, there's a catch. You get exactly what you want, but you have to play the waiting game. That delay from when you order to when you get it has a name: lead time.
Okay, let's put them side by side for a second. Make to stock is all about the forecast. It gives you speed and low cost, but the company risks having tons of extra inventory. Make to order is all about your specific order. It gives you total customization with zero waste for the company, but you're stuck with the long wait time. Two totally different ways of looking at the world.
But you know, the real world is messy. It's not always so black and white. And the smartest companies out there have figured out that you don't actually have to pick just one strategy.
And that's where things get really clever. This is the hybrid strategy. It's a brilliant way to mix the speed and savings of make-to-stock with the amazing personalization you get from make-to-order.
The car industry is the perfect example of this in action. Think about it. Car companies don't wait for you to order before they build the basic frames and bodies of their popular cars. That's the make-to-stock part. But the final assembly, the specific paint color, the fancy leather seats, the sunroof, the bigger engine, all of that happens after you place your order. That's the make-to-order part. It is literally the best of both worlds.
So, okay, why does any of this actually matter to you? I mean, this is just business jargon, right? Well, not really. This is the invisible blueprint that designs your entire experience as a customer. The next time you're out shopping or browsing online, think about this. The price tag on that item, whether it's in stock or not.
how long the shipping is going to take. It all comes back to this one huge decision. It's the hidden logic that secretly runs the world of commerce.
And that leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to chew on. For centuries, the big fight has always been between getting something custom and getting something fast. But what happens when technology starts to erase that line? With things like AI getting scarily good at predicting what we want and 3D printing making it possible to produce things right down the street, are we getting close to a future where that trade-off just disappears? A world where you can get a totally unique product made just for you as quickly as you can grab it off a shelf? What would you create?